Hey guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we're taking a look at the Punisher. Now we are taking a look at the PlayStation 2 version. I have emulated it for ease of capture. So there's a couple of bits I need to point out just ahead of time, to like obviously say it's the emulation, not the game. There's a few sound sort of hiccups in it. It's not too bad, generally speaking, but there's a few sound hiccups. Some of the lights don't look quite right, and the menus are a complete mess. But I'll keep those away from you in case there's any epileptics out there, because I think it would probably set you off. There's a lot of flashing and funky alignment going on, but outside of that it works pretty damn well emulated, so no huge complaints. But yeah, those points are due to emulation, not the game being crap. So the Punisher, what is the Punisher? If you don't know who the Punisher is, you're probably not subscribed to this channel and just accidentally clicked on it from your sewing videos or something. I don't know, something like that. But the Punisher is Frank Castle, whose family were murdered by mafia, and he is on a one-man revenge tour trying to end crime in the most brutal of fashions. Now, I've not read a huge amount of the Punisher. I've read the Punisher Max series that Garth Ennis did, some of which is, I believe, this game is based on. Garth Ennis is certainly credited as a writer on it, so whether or not he actually wrote the game or they just used parts of his work, who knows. And Welcome Back Frank is also a huge influence as well, because this came out pretty much at the same time as the Punisher movie starring Thomas Jane. The game also features the voice work of Thomas Jane as the Punisher, a role he really didn't get a fair shake at, if you ask me. If you look at I can't remember if it's Dirty Laundry or Laundry Day, the sort of short he did where he plays sort of Punisher in a fan film. If they'd done a movie more like that, he would have had a much better go at it. Some of my favourite Punisher is obviously Dolph Lundgren. The 80s version is just my favourite. I've seen Warzone as well. I love Ray Stevenson as an actor. I just didn't buy the Punisher in that. He was too thick. I think Punisher should be more sort of cut in a superhero kind of way. And like the clothes he was wearing didn't do him any favours either. He was really sort of boxy in it. So it got some things right, but I just didn't like the casting, which is a shame, because as I say, Ray Stevenson and everything else kicks ass. I hear he was the best thing in Ahsoka, but of course I never watched it, so whatever. Anyway, I am drifting rapidly off topic. So the Punisher starts you off. Obviously, he just killed a load of people in a dojo, because he has a habit of doing that. See Punisher 80s for reference. And then gets arrested on the way out, and it's basically flashbacks in his story before catching up and then moving the plot forward. It's a wonderfully violent game. In fact, some of it causes it a few problems, shall we say. So it's a third-person shooter where you play, obviously, the Punisher. You can carry 2 weapons and throwables, and you can like just pick up a melee weapon to use now and again. And it's great. The third-person shooting is the you're seeing is the PS2 version, so the third-person shooting is, I would prefer the PC version, but considering the only way you can get it is to buy it physically, I haven't found, or sort of sell the high seas. You can do that if you want, I suppose. But there's no digital storefront that stocks it. Not on GOG, not on Steam, nothing like that. It's not there. But I do have the PS2 version, so I thought I would just use that. So yeah, I mean, I would prefer to play it on PC, obviously, because mouse and keyboard control for a third or a first-person shooter is infinitely superior, in my opinion. Especially sort of back from the PS2 days. I mean, I am using like an Xbox Series controller, but it's not about the controller, it's about the actual software itself, and it's just not a smooth experience at all. And someone is loading a lorry outside my house. They have the most wonderful timing, don't they? It's not children, it's work, man, and it's on a fucking Friday lunchtime. It's I've got today off work to look after the dogs, and you'd think I'd be safe from shit like this, but no. Anyway, so you can also double wield your guns, stuff like that. So going around pewing, you got a dodge roll. They have done like the early shooter thing where it's right one to fire. I hate that. My brain is just conditioned to press right two, and right two does like the dodge roll thing. So if you see me dodging about in weird bits in the video, that's because I pressed the wrong button like a muppet. But it's there. Right stick aims, you press down on the right stick, it gives you like an aim down sight, sort of. It just really sort of tightens up the zoom. There's no like detail of the gun or anything, it's just like, yeah, here's your crosshair, it's a little bit closer now so you can aim a bit better, which is fair enough, I suppose. You can dodge, but I found not dodge, take cover, but I found the only way to do it was to hold down left stick. I should probably try reading the manual. I actually have the manual, I actually have the box version of this, wow. And on the back of it, I've got Thomas Jane John Travolta staring at me because they did indeed advertise that movie with the game, so there you are. Hey. Even though the game's not a direct port of the movie, although there are a lot of things that are sort of similar to it, i.e. the Russians in both, stuff like that, and you've got like Joan, the neighbour woman.
Suit yourself.
Although not as attractive in PS2 format, I must admit. Rebecca Romaine over Jennifer Lawrence, just saying. Okay, good. So now, the thing that it got in trouble for, in numerous countries actually, was you could interrogate people. Now normally, and I think what I've captured in most of this, I think I did one special interrogation because I'm not very good at them, and often kill the person I'm supposed to be interrogating by accident. But normally when you interrogate someone, you can punch them or choke them or, you know, press your gun against their head and shoot them. That sort of thing. Or smash their head against the floor, I think is the four. That's your 4 standard ones. Works well enough. But you also have little spots you can go to, little interrogation spots. Like a window, these of which you can slam down on them. Slam it too hard, it shatters and they get a big spike of glass in their bellies. Or if you just, you know, got what you wanted and want to kill them anyway, which is feasible, you do that. It gets good at like the chop shop where there's obviously a fair few power tools available for some persuasion, shall we say. But yes, unfortunately, because they could only get an AO rating with those in as, you know, they were intended, and Microsoft and Sony won't carry games with an AO rating. Jeez. I'm pretty sure I saw some stuff on Sony's online store that's kind of like, yeah, isn't that hentai porn, mate? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't bought any. Just so you know, I'm too classy for that. Oh, but you know what I mean. So, you know, without Microsoft and Sony on board, they would have been, you know, be the PC market. It's what, 2005 at the time. You know, it's not quite as big as it is today, although it was certainly burgeoning at the time. You know, it wasn't small. I was definitely in it back then, and had been for years. So there you go. But so they made some cuts. The way they did it was they basically rendered the execution scenes in black and white, and managed to get like a mature rating or whatever it is. I think that's under the AO, isn't it? Mature. Yep, mature. Unfortunately, in a few countries, they had to make further cuts. And the UK and this version of the game, which you're seeing, is one of them. Lovely. They actually worked with the BBFC to basically make the scene more blurry and to distance the camera from the killings, adding a zoom effect during them. And that got them an 18 certificate, which, let me have a look, on the front of the box. Now, first off, why the British Board of Film Certification is certifying a video game, fuck knows. It's like, don't you do movies? Isn't movies your thing? It's in your fucking name. But yeah, so unfortunately this is even further censored than the American version. Australia also required some cuts, and they actually removed scenes. But the best part is in Germany.
Where'd you hide them
It was added to
I didn't hide them.
a list held by the Federal Department for Media harmful to young persons.
Stay here until the shooting stops.
Now, the country that trained boy soldiers to support their
You're
troops.
safe. I won't hurt you.
It seems a little bit hypocritical. Just touch.
Hey, it's that finisher, dude.
I mean, like, you fight a Russian, innit? What do you want? Jesus Christ.
Why should I let you live?
No, I mean, this is like the bounce back, though, isn't it? You know, in Germany, where
Okay, I do drugs.
they basically became remorseful after the whole deal and, you know, kind of went too far the other way, if you like. Well, you know, there's no too far the other way when it comes to genocide. You know, in sort of things that might be bad. Not genocide. Genocide's always bad. Just laying that one out. Trying to eliminate people, it's not a good thing generally. You know, this is Australians, of course. I'm just kidding, Australia. We love you, really. Kind of. You keep calling us limeys and poms, you know, you kind of get what you get. Anyway, moving on.
Please don't shoot him.
So yeah, they did eventually get it out. I mean, it got some reasonable scores. You know, it was middling to fair for the most part. I think mixed is a good
Thanks, man.
good way of putting it. I did like it. It's got some nice Easter eggs in there. You get some little crossover bits from like Iron Man and the Avengers. So it's definitely like plugged into the wider world, which the movie very much was not. The only good thing that the new movie, it kind of played too cartoony for me, but at least it had the skull on the front of him, which is something they refused to do in the 80s version because the studio thought it would make it look like a comic book.
I'm so wasted. I'm seeing like it's big guys
Oh, well.
trench coats. I see him too.
But yeah,
He's
I mean,
probably real.
it's a good fun game, good side
Maybe we
third-person
should
shooter.
hide,
It
dude.
does get a little
You're
bit samey as you go through, but there's plenty of like challenges and unlock weapons and shit like that. So there's a load to do, and the storyline's pretty good. It's basically the bad guys you would expect the Punisher to fight. So you know, Jigsaw, who I think legally is mandated to be in every Punisher thing in the history of the world. But you get others like Bullseye, Kingpin is in it. I don't think you actually. I don't think you fight him, but he's in the background, obviously pulling the strings because he's the Kingpin. And Bushwhacker as well. I still remember Bushwhacker. Fucking hell. I can barely remember Bushwhacker. I'm an old fart. Jesus Christ. And, you know, so it is what it is. It's a good third-person game based on The Punisher with Thomas Jane voicing it. And you don't
you dead yet?
blow up cars in the shape of a skull.
Punisher's here. Get him. Please don't hurt me.
It's a bit goofy.
You can't hit shit.
But, yep, I would highly recommend if it wasn't so damn hard to find. And as I said, you'd probably have to pick up a physical copy or sell the high seas. One of the two. I don't believe it's available on any digital platform, including PlayStation and Xbox. So if you want to play it, you're going to have to track it down or, you know, sell. I mean, it was actually coded by Volition Software. Yeah, Volition, them guys what done ruin Saints Row, them. How'd that go for you, Chief? How do you think the audience sensibilities had changed and needed to be accommodated for a modern audience? How did that go? Oh, you closed? You closed down? That's a shame, ain't it? Hopefully you'll not spread that filth to your new studios and shut them down as well. Oh well. Yeah, that series really peaked on 2. Although that's a bastard to get running on PC. Maybe I should make a video on that. Jesus Christ.
Man,
That thing crashes like a lot. I was trying to think of some inappropriate comparison to draw, but I came up with a blank, so we'll just go with a lot. How's about that? So that's my review of The Punisher. Would recommend if you can get a hold of it a bit more easy. I think come on, it's due for a re-release. Get it on GOG at least, for Christ's sake. It's got plenty of stuff on GOG. I'll tell you what's probably holding up is the Marvel license, eh? I suspect that's probably the case. That's killed off a lot of games licensing shit. Like, you know, look at the Deadpool game, which was remastered and then taken down within like 6 months or something. Jesus Christ. And obviously the Lord of the Rings games that EA did. And those were good, man. Those were some good ass games. Not better than some of the other stuff, like the side stuff. Like,
Too many weapons.
I remember buying a Fellowship of the Ring game on PS2. I thought, oh, brilliant, you know, because like EA did Two Towers and Return of the King, so I'll get like Fellowship and I can play them through back to back and follow the story. And then oh no, this is not what I expected. I think it was like some sort of, let's say teen game, but you know, sort of like younger focused game. Based around the book rather than the movie, so it was a bit. Sucks. You could play it through back to back, but I think it'd be a bit of a whiplash effect when you hit the second one. And of course, we all know my love for the Third Age, which I actually played through entirely with my wife as well. So there you go.
Talk or die, damn it.
Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there because I am starting to waffle on about different things other than Marvel's skull-based.
Wasn't
he undead at one point? Marvel campaign derails like a lot for the last 10 years. So, okay, whatever. Okay, so that's it. I'm pulling the plug. Take it easy, guys. I'll catch you next time.
New York City never changes.